Well, it's 2020. We're beside the Sydney Harbour once more with David Witt, skipper of Scallywag, the 100 Foot Maxi that came fourth in the Rolex Sydney Hobart yacht race. Now, it's been a big year, 2019 for you, David?
Yeah, busy, Jeff. Been everywhere. But now it's 2020, right? 2020, 2021.
2020. Big plans for this year?
Hopefully we're going to slow down a little bit. We've been pretty flat out for the last 3 years, but yeah, I just caught up with SH yesterday and he's still as keen as ever, and mapping out a bit of a plan for 2020 and 21. So Scallywags aren't going anywhere yet.
Well, most important thing is let's have a chat about what happened over the holiday period.
Yeah, well,
you have a nice Christmas?
Oh yeah, Christmas Day was all right. You know, and we're obviously pretty disappointed with the result. Fourth. We don't get any pat on the backs for fourth, but we're also pretty pleased with the way the boat went. You know, it's come a long way with all the modifications and everything we've done, and I think you'd find hard to question anyone that the crew didn't sail the boat as good as we could sail it, and went the right way 100% of the time, really. So just wasn't our day. Things didn't go our way. So that's the Hobart race, isn't it? It's
a hard sport, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit like life, isn't it? As its ups and downs, and when you think you're going to be up, it kicks you in the face. So, but
dump on you from a great height.
Yeah, but
now what about the start?
Start was good.
Yeah,
start was good. We generally don't have too many problems starting, but we're a bit underwicked because our
yeah. Why did you have a reef?
Well, we needed a reef for the wind strength, simply. That's why Oates had one, but we also had a J2 on, simply because the mast configuration of our boat doesn't allow us to have a full main and a J2, otherwise the top of the rig falls off. So that was the reason. So we had to make a decision whether we were going to sail with...
Oh, you say top of the rig falls off, it means say it drops away at the top.
No, I mean it breaks off.
It breaks off?
Yeah,
okay,
so the configuration doesn't work to sail with full main and a J2.
Okay.
Just can't, mechanics doesn't allow us to do it. So the only decision we had was what we went with, or one reef in the main and a J1, which is what Oates went with. And we made the decision before the start to do what we did, simply because once we get out the heads, the J1s are hanked on, and you end up with 10 guys on the bow battling for 20 minutes to get the jib off. And I think that showed we made the right decision, and we went straight past Oates. They took the other option. So yeah, we didn't really suit us getting out of the harbour, but we got a good start and we got out in good shape. So yeah, it's only a very small part of the race, Jeffrey.
Well, yeah, everybody watches it though. That's the most important thing.
Well, most important thing's the result, Jeffrey.
Well, as far as the media is concerned, I'm referring, for what people have seen. Now, the on the first night.
Yeah, we did pretty well, didn't we? So, yeah, we got Chris Wild, our navigator, did a lot of homework, a lot of study, gave me all the right information, and it was a pretty tricky transition, actually. I think where the Oates and the Blackjack guys sort of lost it was they tried to cross it a couple of times and bailed out and jibed, and they were too north on the transition, and we changed our plan on the run. We were going to try and be sort of middle of the field, and then the latest grid file came through and we decided where we wanted to be, and the current wasn't actually, the big eddy there wasn't where Tech said it was, but we had some satellite imaging and stuff, so we knew where it was. So we were really confident going into it, and then, you know, that sort of stuff, you just got to hold your nerve. When you pick the lane you're in, you got to hold your nerve and hope it comes good for you, and it came really good for us. So, you know, I thought once we got going in that second morning through the transition, leading the race, you know, I thought we almost had it in the bag. I thought they were going to struggle to catch us, but the forecast was it was going to come from the south-southwest and into the south, and then slowly into the east, and then end up back in the northeast, which, if you have a look at the tracker where we would have been perfect for that. We would have been pretty happy to go upwind for 5 or 6 hours. But that probably happens 9 out of 10 times, and this time it was the 1 out of 10 it didn't happen, and we went straight to a light easterly and 5 or 6 knots of wind reaching, and the sea breeze filled in directly from the transition and brought Oates and everyone coming at us doing 20 knots for 3 or 4 hours.
That doesn't help, does it?
No, no, it doesn't. Normally the rich get richer, you extend and
right.
they fall off the back, and
Yeah.
this time it was the other way around. There's nothing we can do about that. It's just the way.
And what about Comanche? Where was she at this stage?
So, interesting decision. So, Stan Honey had a good chat to our navigator, Chris Wild, and they basically wanted to disregard the current and just try and stay in the breeze because there's such a wide bus. And they didn't manage to do that, but they also managed to stay in the current by a bit of luck, I think. So they got through really well as well, and then they were to the east of us, which helped them because the breeze didn't come from the south, it came from the east. But it didn't really matter. Like they're such a fast boat reaching. I mean, the fastest 100-footer in the world by far,
Sure.
So by that stage we knew we weren't going to win the race. We knew Comanche were going to beat us, but we were pretty confident we could have hung on to second, but that didn't happen either.
Mate, you weren't fishing, did I believe?
Yeah, actually hasn't happened to me before. I've got stuff caught on the rudder before, but I've never hit a shark. So Parko was driving, and all of a sudden it wasn't a big stop, but it was significant slowdown. It was probably doing about 23 knots or 24 knots. And then Parko just turned to me and said, "Mate, I can't steer." So I jumped downstairs and checked all the steering cables and the traveller system, and that was all fine. Then the boat went into a broach because we couldn't steer. So then we're in a broach situation. So then we had to furl up the sails and put the thing head to wind, and the shark was still, not in good shape, but still stuck on the rudder. So we had to back the boat up backwards in the seaway, just with the sails. And to be fair, the crew did an awesome job. We probably only lost 5 minutes, but 5 minutes at 20-25 knots is a fair way.
Sure,
when you get beaten by 30-something seconds at the end by Oates. So we've got to get a bit of luck sometime, Jeffrey.
Next time, mate, when you do your rudders, you should do the same as Rambler 88. They've got a serrated rudder, like a knife.
Yeah, I don't think they would have cut the shark enough either. Apparently, I didn't see it. Some of the boys got off the back and said, "Yeah, it's a shark," and blah blah blah. And it was, I don't know, a couple of metres, 2.5 metres. So wouldn't need more than a serrated knife.
Truly. So you got yourself back going again?
Yeah, I got back going again and got passed by, well, not really passed, but had a little bit of an issue VMG running in the fresh stuff, and that's from all of our sail combinations. So we're going to do some work on that this year, trying to improve. We used to be the best sort of VMG boat downwind, and we were quite weak going upwind, and now with all the changes, our weak's become our strength. We're the best upwind for sure, and we've lost a little bit downhill, so we're just going to work on that. But it was pretty close going up the Cross Storm Bay there. There's only a couple of miles between all of us, all the back three anyway. So
sure. Yeah, well, you could have thrown the blanket over a lot of you, couldn't you?
Yeah, and then we got around the iron pot and it all went normal Derwent, light air, fluky, current running out. So we just had to get a bit smart.
And so you beat Blackjack, and the Oates beat you by 38 seconds.
Yeah, it was pretty close, wasn't it? Yeah. Blackjack guys got caught in a bay, no air there, and we got up past them, and then we had a good little race with Oates in the last couple of miles. And I don't think I'd be talking out of school that I think if it went for another 50, 100 metres, we probably would have got them. So it shows some good signs for us, upwind performance.
Well, considering all that, you must be fairly pleased. Because,
well, you're never pleased when you put,
I'm saying that considering all the situations that you're in, your strengths are, now, you know what you can do.
Yeah, I mean, the pleasing thing is that the boat's come a long, long way.
That's right.
A long, long way. And the boss, SH, is still really happy, and, the team's got an amazing amount of support all around the world. And the crew were amazing. There wasn't one. Every time we got alongside Blackjack or Oates or someone else in a sail manoeuvre, we did it better. Our boys were amazing. The best I've ever seen. I've been sailing 100 footers for a long time, Jeffrey, and it's the best I've ever seen a crew work. So they're the things that's pleasing, and that's the thing that I think gives us more, enthusiasm to keep working hard and have another go next year. And but it's never pleasing to run fourth. People have got to realise you just don't turn up here on Boxing Day with your bag and your coffee. This is for most of us, and excluding me and my wife and the boss and everyone. This is, you know, this consumes your life all day, every day, till next year. So,
Sure.
but you know, we never give up, mate. Scallywags never give up.
Well, mate, we know that.
Yeah.
Now, where's the boat now?
Boat's offshore. Larry and Ferdy and the boys are taking it to Brisbane, so that's going to be stored at Rivergate up there. We don't have a choice to store it in Sydney. Kill's too deep. Which is also, you know, you get some experts at the yacht bars. They say to you, oh, you tacked again under rates and you should have done all that. You know, we draw more water than all of them. And the exclusion zone this year going out the harbour there was the narrowest. It was actually more room to drive a powerboat down the exclusion zone than it was to sail the Maxis in the channel.
Yeah.
You know, we had one ley line there coming off the boundary. We had 30 seconds on port tack before we ran aground. So that's why we had to do 2 extra tacks at everyone going out. Without that, we probably would have been in great shape. But anyway, so we packed the boat up and off to Asia for the trimaran. Put 2 rudders on the trimaran. We've got the Rolex China Sea Race starts at Easter, so I've got to build, between now and then, I've got to build some 2 rudders and a whole new set of sails from Norse. And I know the Boat Jess guys, Carl Kwok and Gavin Brady, they're putting 2 rudders on their Mod 70 to come up to try and win it, so that'll be a great race. We had a great race with Maserati in the Vietnam race, so we're looking forward to another one in that. Then up to Japan for a couple of races, and then we'll be back here for the Southport race. Going to go Brisbane to Hamilton line race week. Spend a lot. We are basically, given what's happened with Comanche being sold and not coming back, and I know Blackjack's going to Europe. I don't think they'll be back. So at the moment it's looking like InfoTrack and Wild Oats and us. So
interesting.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, your plan's obviously to win Hobart, Jeffrey. So the best way we can do that is just keep sailing the way we're doing and do as much sailing against Wild Oats as we can and work on our weaknesses. So hopefully we'll a lot more miles against them. You know, we didn't have any against them this year since last Hobart race, which we broke. So that's our plan for 21.
I saw Woro at the club on Boxing Day. He was a very happy man.
Yeah, well, he got a ride in the Hobart race, so he'd want to be happy, wouldn't he?
No, he was really looking forward to it. It's good to see him back, mate.
Yeah, no, he's good. I mean, as you know, we sail a lot together. And,
of course you did, yeah.
And we always get on real good on the boat, no problem. So.
Yeah. Well, mate, it's been a big year. Hope there's a bit of space for your leisure time this year.
Doesn't look like it, but you know, I'll be retired for a lot longer than I'm doing it, so you got to take the work when it's there, Jeffrey.
Well and truly. You going to do any skippies?
No, not this year. No, we're going to try and spend a bit more time on the 100 performance, and you know, I don't know if we could possibly put more time into the 100 than we did this year, but we're going to try.
You're not looking for new boats or new plans?
Here we are looking for a new boat. Actually, the boss he's now bases the 100 here in Australia.
Yeah.
And we've got the trimaran in Asia to do, you know, to support Asian sailing and everything.
Nothing in Europe, mate.
Well, that's the answer to the question, isn't it? We're looking for something over there, so maybe something a bit more slower, a little bit more cruisy.
Maybe a J-boat. What about a J-boat?
Oh, well, you've got to stop listening to rumours. You know, there may be always a little bit of smoke where there's fire, but it's not always true.
Well, we'll let that one fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that's good, mate. Yeah. Well, look, it's going to be good to see you.
Yeah, very good to see you. You're going to have to come over to Asia, mate. Check out some of the Asian races. We've been doing a lot of work trying to promote sailing over there. So. Yeah,
well and truly. Yeah. Well, we've got the systems to promote it.
Yeah. Very good.
Have a good one.
Always good to see you, Jeffrey.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Cheers, mate.